tumultuous game for the Cleveland Cavaliers fans. The Cavs lose in the Game 4 NBA Finals to the Golden State Warriors 108-97. Now, guys, I'm first going to start going over the stats, and then I'll recant some of the game because you're going to hear a lot of storylines that are going to be kind of a little bit untrue and biased. You're going to hear about Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and them setting the record, which the Warriors set the record for the most threes made in an NBA Finals game in history. They got 17 3-points in this game. You're going to hear a lot of stuff about that. You're going to hear about LeBron James and his bad gameplay. You're going to hear about the Cavs defense. And guys, the reason why I'm going to hit with the stats first, and then I'm going to go over to recant, is because in Game 2, I pointed out exactly what was going on with the Cavs defense, how they weren't buying Steph Curry's fake threes and Klay Thompson's fake threes, and how Dellavedova really stayed on that. And that was really a snapshot. Well, a couple days later, in Game 3, Vince Carter on air literally reiterated what I said. Literally. A couple days later, after I said it, literally reiterated it. Now, I'm not taking credit for anything. I'm just saying that's the reason why I'm going to give you not the fluff of the game. I'm going to recant later. But I'm going to hit you with stats. If you didn't see the game, or if you did and you don't know the stats, I'll give you the stats right now. So here's a very important part. So the Cavs obviously, as discussed, lose 108-97. LeBron James almost had a triple-double. He had 25 points. Kyrie Irving had 34 points. There's a reason why I say the Cavs stats first. That was a total of 59 points combined. Steph Curry had 38 points. Klay Thompson had 25 points. A combined total of 63 points. Why do I say it exactly like that? Because, guys, everybody's going to be talking about Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. They had 63 points combined. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving had 59 points. That's only a 4-point differential. Here's the interesting part. The Warriors shot 36% with their 2-point field goals. Their 3% field goals, 47.2%. Let me repeat that. 36% from 2-point range, 47.2% from 3-point range. So you can clearly tell when you see those stats from the Warriors that it was their superstars, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, scoring the points and leading their team for the first time in the NBA Finals. When you see stats like that for the Warriors, you know it was their superstars. So let's talk about LeBron James. LeBron James, coming into the third quarter, he was 4 for 7. He had 5 turnovers coming into the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. So he was turning the ball over. He was a turnover machine. I discussed this also in my Game 2 rant. LeBron James in Game 2 had 7 shots made, and he had 7 turnovers. Guys, LeBron James was turning the ball over, and if he wasn't turning the ball over, he was indirectly involved in a turnover. I mean, it was not a brilliant game by LeBron James. So you're going to hear everybody saying about LeBron James, oh, how he wasn't, I'll get to that. I'll get to that in my recant. How he wasn't, playing really that good in the fourth quarter. He wasn't playing like an assassin. Kyrie Irving had to take all these shots. You're going to hear all of that. I'll put that to bed in a minute. So, looking at the stats, yeah. So, if you want to look at the 3 points for the Warriors, they were 17 for 36. Again, 47.2%. What's interesting about that, though, is the Cavs earlier this year set the record for the most threes in a game. They had 25 3-point shots. You guys remember that just a month ago? We're talking about the Cavs setting records for 3 points in a game. They hit 25 3-pointers, led by J.R. Smith. And now they're on the other side of that. They had that versus Atlanta earlier in May. They set the record. And you turn around and you watch it in the NBA Finals that the Warriors set the record for an NBA Finals 3 points with 17, beating the Spurs from a couple years ago when they had 16 3-point shots in game, coincidentally, versus a LeBron James-led Heat team. So LeBron James has seen the worst side of the 3-point shots when the Spurs set the record a couple years ago with 16 3-points in a game, and now the Warriors with 17. And here's where the stats get even worse. The power index has the Cavs only a 4% chance of winning the series. Basically, the Warriors have a 96% chance of winning by all the stats and everything by the power index. And here's the thing. No team ever in NBA Finals history, and this really stinks for Cleveland. I mean, this This is absolutely horrible for Cleveland. I mean, I'm just like out of my skin. I just wanted to make a video and just go berserk. But I'm not. In NBA Finals history, teams that were down 3-1. You know what the odds are of those teams winning? 0%. No team in NBA Finals history has ever done that. No team has ever in NBA Finals history, let this sink in, has come back from 3-1. That the Cavs can put themselves in this spot, and how they did it is tumultuous. It's horrible. I'm so ticked off I can't even say the word right. It's horrible. So, those are the stats. I'm going to tell you the true story. LeBron James played 45 minutes. Verjao came in the second half, and guys, he had like 3 rebounds in a minute and a half. His first minute and a half played, Verjao had like 3 rebounds? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but Verjao didn't do anything on the boards, like far as scoring goes, but like off the boards, offensive rebounds, the Warriors, that was the thing with the Warriors. In the second quarter, Verjao comes in, gets the rebounds. The Cavs defense looked like crap, and it all goes back to what I said, and eventually Vince Carter said, in Game 2 and Game 3. Everything that the Cavs did and exposed towards the end of Game 2 in the Warriors and carried into Game 3 and executed, everything that I said that they did, that they needed to do and they did right in Game 3, they did wrong in this game. And this is why this game is just going to be, here's the reason why I'm going to cut out the fluff for you. LeBron James played 45 minutes. So everybody's going to say, well, Kyrie Irving, he led the Cavs with 34 points, and everybody's going to point out, wow, he shot horrible in the fourth quarter. Kyrie Irving shot horrible in the fourth quarter. But let me tell you something. LeBron James, when he made a three-point shot, he made a three-point shot, it wasn't contested. It was barely contested. The Warriors were not respecting LeBron James' three-point shooting. Why should they? He's shooting 33% from three-point range, and that's considered a miracle for LeBron right now. They're not respecting his long-range 2 or his short-range 3. They're not respecting LeBron James' shot. So if LeBron James is not playing like a power forward and actually attacking the basket, attacking the hoop, and cutting towards the hoop, the Warriors are not respecting it. LeBron James also got in it with Draymond Green. Draymond Green and LeBron James both got fouls. They both got into it with each other. Then later on, LeBron James gets into it with Steph Curry a little bit. They kind of joust a little bit. So that was interesting to note. But LeBron James played 45 minutes and he looked worn out. The Cavaliers looked flat in the fourth quarter. Kyrie Irving's going to take a lot of the blame, but that is completely unwarranted. Kyrie Irving needed to take those shots. He was the leading scorer. Kevin Love, coming off the bench, by the way, he should have stayed on the bench. Kevin Love put up some stats, but guys, he can't play defense. The same thing how the Cavs lost. Steph Curry, you're going to hear Steph Curry, 38 points, 17 three-point shots for the Warriors. Splash Brothers. You know what? That was the Cavs' defense's fault. The Cavs let that happen. Steph Curry didn't do anything magical. Last game in Game 3, Steph Curry shot 6 for 13. That's not bad. That's a good field goal percentage. He just didn't take as many shots as he did in Game 3. He took more shots in Game 4. So he stepped up. He was like the Michael Jordan for the Warriors. Well, there needed to be a Michael Jordan for the Cavaliers, and Kyrie Irving was the best shooter. Don't go by the fourth quarter stats. Go by the total game. He was the best shooter. He shot over 45%. He was a leading scorer. LeBron James was a turnover machine. He was missing layups. He missed layups in Game 2 that were routine. He missed a dunk in Game 3. He's missing layups again. He was a turnover machine. Yeah, he almost averaged a triple-double, but he also caused some good turnovers. I don't blame Kyrie Irving at all. But here's the thing. When in the second half, they took Steph Curry out for the Warriors and let LeBron James and Kyrie Irving play. And so they looked flat late in the fourth quarter. Kyrie Irving was just putting up shots after shot after shot. He wasn't driving to the hoop that much at all. LeBron James was kind of following suit. I mean, he was just really putting up. And here's the thing. Kevin Love on the defense was just horrible. He cannot do what Jefferson does. Jefferson in the trenches with Tristan Thompson plays a much better game. I said this in my last video and I stand by it. he plays better. They complement each other better. Jefferson does two things very well. He makes quick decisions. He doesn't spend 10 seconds trying to post you up and looking around. He plays fast offense. He gets the ball and passes it really quick, or he shoots it. That's what he does. That's what Jefferson brings to the table. Kevin Love was horrible on defense. The fact that I tip my hat off to the Warriors. They set a record for three-point shots. But here's the thing. The Cavs defense is what let it happen. That is the storyline. Kevin Love playing on defense, and also the Cavs defense just letting it happen. That's the true story. That is exactly the true story, guys. If you look at that, if you look at everything beyond the stats, Steph Curry had open threes. The refs were not calling the pick and rolls anymore. So in Game 3, they were calling illegal pick and rolls that the Warriors do. They weren't calling it in Game 4. This was a very tough physical game. The refs were not calling fouls for both sides, for both the Cavs and both the Warriors. This played the advantage of the Cavaliers because they were calling in Game 3, they were calling illegal pick and rolls for the Warriors. They weren't calling it in this game. They were not calling these same calls in this game. So to me, that went against the Cavs. The officiating went against the Cavs in this game, if you're looking at it in its totality. But don't mistake anything about it. This Cavs defense played flat in the fourth quarter. Their offense played the same. Steph Curry had open threes, coming off the pick and roll. Heck, there was times he wasn't even coming off any picks. He wasn't coming off any screens. Nothing. He just had open looks. Uncontested three-point shots. That's the true story. And I'm not even joking. This goes beyond the stats. That's what you didn't see. Also, the Cavs' free throws. They were only shooting 62% coming in to the third quarter. They're shooting like Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal, for those that don't remember who Shaq was when he played. Anyway, guys, that is the true story, is that the Cavs got away from what they were doing good in Game 3. The Cavs started buying the fake three-point shots. Remember what I talked about earlier in my video? Steph Curry was faking the three. The Cavs would jump up, and Steph Curry had to open look. Because when you're up in the air, all Steph Curry does is move over and shoot the three. The Cavs were doing just a total fundamental breakdown in defense, guys. Oh, it's a horrible game. Horrible game played. You're going to think it was an exciting game. Horrible. The Cavs lost. The Cavs lost it for themselves. Guys, tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. With all that, I just wanted to make a video, but I just couldn't do it. Guys, I don't swear. I'm not into that, but tough game. Tell me what you guys think.